Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to our Thursday night live
sound?
stream. Yes, we have sound.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews and we talk about various keto topics. And every Monday, we sit down on our couch for Keto on the Couch. We just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
You are like in a dancey mood tonight.
I have been dancey all day long. I have had Janet Jackson like jamming in this place. It's like everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there, smiling back at me.
I was sitting here listening to YouTube videos, trying to listen to reviews on a new camera and a new podcasting setup, and like I have to keep putting headphones on because she can't listen to music without singing.
I got to.
Do you sing and listen to music, or are you like me? I just want to listen to the music.
No!
It's like you go to Disney World and people want to sing the songs, and I'm like, I don't want to. I love you, but I want to hear the actors sing the song. Can you imagine going to a Broadway play and hearing somebody with you singing the song that the actors are singing?
Depending on what you're singing, you'll be back. Wait and see.
You're wearing your workout thing. We need to say hello to everybody.
Hello. Yes, I'm wearing my new camo workout stuff.
You look good in that.
From from Live Savage Apparel.
Yes, we are ordering some more of that.
Yes.
Can we unzipper the zipper just a little bit?
It's super comfy. You know, you can have it as high or low as you want to. If I had like rockin' abs like Crystal, then
right.
I mean, they'd all be out. But like you can, it's a high-waisted thing. I really like it, and it has pockets.
That is awesome.
That is the greatest feature. Is that like you can put your pockets in. You know, your phone in or your keys or whatever.
And it's a deep pocket.
And it's a very deep pocket.
Because you have the big phone. You have like the plus phone.
I'm carrying an iPad in my side thigh at this point.
So yeah, so Robert and Crystal sent Rachel those. So I think they're coming out on Thursday, and they have 2 colors, right?
Yes, they've got like the dark, which I'm drawn to, like black and grays. Black and yellow, no, I'm drawn to black and grays. And then they also have more of like a traditional camo.
Okay, yeah, I want to get that color for you.
Yeah,
so
it's cute.
And
cute
what size
stuff.
are you wearing, so people know?
I'm wearing a size medium.
Which Crystal said they run small.
They run small, but honestly, I might have gotten a.
You probably would have gotten a small.
I would have gotten a small just because I enjoy the compression feeling. Like I want my yoga pants working.
Here, you can go work out.
I want my yoga pants work. This is like the 35 though.
No, that's the 25 one.
Oh man, feels like it's 110.
Okay, Steph, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. She said you got to say happy birthday to Pam, Shanta, and Gail. Yeah, Gail's birthday is on Saturday.
Wow.
I know that.
Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Pam, Shanta, and Gail. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
I just saw you change focus.
Oh, man.
Nope, it's good.
Did you hear that thing thud the floor? Happy birthday, ladies.
Okay, let's see who's in here real quick.
21.
Chris is here.
All 3 of them are 21
Shauna is
this
here.
year.
Gail is here. Steph is here. Becky's here. Miriam is here.
Welcome.
Caboodle is here. Keto Jim is here. Dennis is here. Liz is here. Emily's here. Sylvia is here. Shanta is here. Said it's cold in Texas.
Welcome.
It is hot here in Florida.
It is hot. Could you send us some?
Please send the cold weather back.
Yeah.
Maitreya is here. Pam is here.
Hello.
Let's see. Jumping down. K-Bear Fuzzy is here.
It is bedtime. She just finished her shower and she's laying in bed. I'm sorry. Like, I usually take a shower in the morning.
Here too,
because welcome. Because it, oh my goodness. So Shelly and Heath made donut balls. I'm calling them donut balls. I mean, they're Keto Chow. They're special keto donuts.
Somebody left a comment. Can you please learn a new word?
No.
Like, can you have a new favorite word?
No. I'm gonna overplay the word balls. so far past, like it's going to be like a New Kids on the Block song in like the late 80s. Anyway, so I usually take a shower in the morning because I can't wake up.
Only one.
Until after, I take a shower.
Right.
But the go to bed bath, the go to bed shower it relaxes you like no other shower.
That is true.
You gotta have that.
So Lori is here.
Hello.
Shelly is here. Chris said it's dance time. Mommy is here.
It's dance time. Let's do it.
Listen, what ice cream maker does Chris use? Chris has the same one that I have.
The Winter.
He also has a Cuisinart one, which they're identical. I mean, they're identical. They're and then
twins?
I'm telling you, if you don't need a compression one, the compressor one. That's good if you're like Rachel and I, where you want to make one and then you want to make one immediately after.
Yes.
If you're just making one bowl a night, get the one, unless you have absolutely no freezer room, get the one where you put the bowl in the freezer. It works just as well. That's what Carrie Brown uses for all her ice cream. She's got like 6 of them, but that's what she uses.
I think you should have more than one though, if there's more than one of you. Otherwise, one of you is getting ice cream, and then one of us is waiting.
Batch,
who's making one batch?
Lord, we have that lemon that we made up the other day to make that ice cream. We should turn it into ice cream tonight.
Yeah, let's do that.
So Lori said, "Hey everyone, thank you Joe and Rachel for everything you do for us. You're welcome."
Lori, thank you.
What is this? Shell, thank you very much for the $5 super chat.
Balls.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah. Okay. Is it ever enough though, really?
Chris said sound is working. Renee loves your hair. Okay.
Thank you. It's pretty wild today.
We're going to get ahead, then we have a couple things. I have a surprise for you. Lion Girl's here. It's a good evening. You love me people. I posted a poll on Facebook for a new Keto Chow flavor. Yes, it wouldn't let me vote. So far, cake batter and blueberry cobbler are the front runner. Blueberry cobbler actually sounds really good.
Blueberry cobbler is intriguing.
We sampled some donuts from a keto bakery here in Florida over in Mount Dora. They sent them to us.
I'm not upset.
They had a blueberry cobbler cake donut that...
It was like a tart on top.
It was amazing. And they were using real blue. Actually, it had the cleanest ingredients that I see, that even cleaner than what most people use at home. That's how impressed I was.
That's what Joe was like, this is cleaner than some of my stuff I'm making here.
Marcia said, anyone else's brain spinning trying to relearn the new way of eating.
Oh, I hope that's not the case.
And again, it's not a new way. It's helping us simplify what Dr. Berry has already been teaching. Dr. Berry talks about eating till you're full and eating 1 gram of protein for body weight. That's your goal. We're just trying to simplify it for those of us who don't know when we're full.
Yeah, if you've got a handle...
And it's not our idea, it's Dr. Naiman's philosophy.
And if you've got a handle on what full looks like, you are light years away from me and may not need to utilize this, because you're like, I know what's full and I can sit and eat, an appropriate amount in that sitting like Dr. Berry talks about. I'm just not that person.
Yeah. Tanya said, hey all, I made pistachio ice cream with your recipe. So yummy, but super hard ice cream today. Yeah, so the ice cream, you really cannot make that and stick it in the freezer. It's really meant to be...
Oh, they're joking. I was like, did they find that hard? It was just pouring it into a thing.
Oh, okay. It's really meant to be a soft serve because there is so much water in Keto Chow. It's not going to freeze well to eat later, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Though somebody did suggest something about egg, and I'm thinking about doing that, like adding some egg to it to make it like a custard type of ice cream. I'm gonna have to work with that a little bit.
I will say though that when I eat a Keto Chow as a shake, I really like it super cold, and I will tend to put it into the freezer like an hour or two.
You're eating a block of ice though.
Before I eat it. And it's slushy.
Oh yeah.
I like the slushy where it's up the sides of the container.
Lori said, somebody call American Idol and The Voice. We've got a winner.
Aww.
Here, fun fact that's gonna get us far behind. When I met Rachel, she was terrified to talk or sing in front of anybody. As a matter of fact, she went and tried out for work on the worship team at the church we were at the time. They accepted her, and then she could never go back because she was like, every time she got ready to walk out the door, she started puking.
Yeah, the Lord's really been good, and I'm moved past that. And keto...
And now you're singing on camera.
Keto has really helped that. I mean... Again, it's one of those non-scale victories I don't think we talk about enough, and that is what the keto way of eating does for anxiety and mental illness and depression, and there's just so many things that it speaks to. It's not just your arthritis, it's also my anxiety.
Right. So Susan sings. Shauna likes to sing and listen every time. Emily sings and listens to music. How can you not sing and dance when music is on?
Yes.
Fanny sings. Renee said, I sing when I listen, but I don't sound like Rachel.
I don't believe that.
Christina said, thank you. Remember the thumbs up and the like button. Yes, please make sure you hit that. It helps build our channel. Shauna said, I have a friend who always sings to the radio. Only one problem, can't carry a tune in a bucket, but I love her.
Yeah, man, we sing loud.
Catherine loves your coffee mug.
This is I love you to the Death Star and back is my Valentine's Day present early from Joe.
So I have discovered something that I am not allowed to ever go into Ross or any of those stores again.
I was like, welcome to middle-aged womanhood, Joe.
I do not like stores that are not organized. And so, like, we had a favorite thrift store we used to go to in Miami, and I liked it because everything was, how often do you go into a thrift store and everything was organized by size, color, and everything else?
Very organized.
I cannot, it's one reason I never went to Kmart. It always felt dirty, right? But
Goodwill is organized, but I can't afford to shop there.
I know
anymore.
I don't like going into stores where here's a rack of clothes and there's a blue one, a yellow one, a red one, and here's the extra large, and right next to it is this.
Good luck.
Where are your blue large shirts? Yeah. I don't know. Look in that rack. I can't take that. So we've recently been experimenting a little bit with the skinny syrups
just to make sure they're safe
keto line as well, and I'm proud to say, or I'm happy to say, that their keto line, I can actually get along with them putting keto on it because they change the ingredients. Like, they change the sweeteners to be more keto-friendly for, a strict keto person.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going through there, and their
nice variety.
Their stuff is in the 9 different sections where the skinny syrups are. It's not in one section. There's one on this shelf and some on this one.
It's an Easter egg hunt.
Well, I found out that they have the coolest mugs for only $3, and that's being one of them. And they're big.
All of them are under 10.
Yeah.
Under 10 will get you. I saw one that was, I mean to tell you, it was giant, and it said Busy Bee on it, and it had one of those things that you set on top of it. It was a whole beehive that kept your coffee from getting cold. And it was $10, and I was like, my goodness, that would be $30. I came out of that store
spending $80 because they had the OXO glass Pyrex with the lock and lock lids, a whole set of them from $80 down to $10. So I bought 3 sets of them.
Excited because now I have a shopping partner for Ross like I never had before, because he was like, Ross, I'd be like, I'm going to Ross, you want to go with me? And he's like, no
because it's disorganized and I can't.
Why would I want to go there? And now he's in.
Renee said she loves your workout clothes. Shauna said pockets.
Pockets are life.
Defense to it says you have to sing. It's a rule.
It's a rule.
Danny said Duncan Hines is coming out with a keto brownie mix. I sent you a video to your Instagram of the girl testing them. I'll have to look at that. If it's anything like their little mug cake things, not interested, which are 35 total carbs.
And it was like this big.
It's so, where's one sitting on my desk? But I'm never eating it.
It was a teeny tiny mini one. I think all it's going to do is make me feel guilty for the 35 carbs and then feel dissatisfied because I want to eat a lot more quantity.
Shauna, where is it? It just jumped. I hate that. I wish this thing would
somebody
not
said
jump.
Rhubarb cobbler. I never even tasted rhubarb until I was an adult woman.
Oh my gosh, look at all the balls comments.
Yeah.
I'm going back
We're in this.
Okay. Shauna said that I'm going to cut the live short tonight because of the way you're dressed.
Oh my.
Get it? Get it? Get it?
Oh!
Okay.
Denise says that she's eating purse ribeye. I just I couldn't even focus on anything less. I'm thinking to myself that's super notch above purse bacon.
We're an hour behind on comments already.
I want purse ribeye. Okay. Please.
Christy said, when I'm in a great mood, I sing everything. I love your hair, Rachel. My husband, who sees me watch your videos, commented that you never wear the same hairdo twice.
I don't.
You want to know how many hairdos Rachel's had? Go count. Want to know how many videos we have? It's 800 at this point. Everyone has a different hairstyle.
My girlfriend Beth can make her hair look the same. Come home from the hairdresser and look that way every single time. I cannot replicate a hairstyle like Joe.
Gail said, you've got it going on in that outfit.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Is it perfect in here? Is there some stuff
it looks
to get
good.
out? No, but you know what? I'm enjoying it.
Renee said, poor Joe pales in Rachel's voice. Yes, you will never hear me sing. Lots of happy birthdays to the girls.
Man,
Mary
you
said
lovely
it's
ladies.
negative 20 there.
It's their birthday, but Lord knows, you guys are the gifts.
Matreya said, hot,
You
I am
make
so
everything
cold
better.
here. I'm starting to understand the idea of retiring to Florida.
Negative 18.
Emily said it's negative 10
Oh,
and negative 45 with the wind chill.
Karen's got a new word, orbs. I love it.
Okay. We're just scrolling down. We're missing all the little stuff. Blueberry Cobbler, Shauna said, we better all send super chats. Now they're completely demonetized for the night.
Yes. Thank you.
Steph said, I got my chocolate toffee and 10 peaches and cream ordered today. Speaking of
which.
So, we did the review of this. We have 10 of them. We're giving them away. So all you have to do is go to the review video of the peaches and cream and leave a comment. But you don't even know this. The giveaway is going to be a little different.
Ruh-roh.
So we're going to announce the winners next Tuesday.
And you're getting a peaches and cream Barbie?
No.
For me?
No. I haven't even looked for one yet. The last time you asked me to get you one of those strawberry shortcake dolls, I got it, and you made me return it. You're like, I can't believe you spent $40 on it.
I know.
I'm like, you said you wanted it.
I get caught in a nostalgia moment.
Can I get back to this?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so the winners are going to be picked during the Keto Chow live stream next Tuesday on the Keto Chow channel.
Ooh.
Live.
All right.
So we're going to all head over to there. We're going to infiltrate the stream, and we're going to make Chris get way behind. Like, way behind.
We're going to have comments one letter at a time.
Chris and Miriam are going to pick the 10 winners, but they're still going to... So you're going to... The winners will email me, and then we're going to mail them out.
How fun.
So isn't that cool?
That's, like, really cool.
So I like that.
Speaking of, like, Chris and Miriam in purple...
Oh, yeah.
Lovely. Like royalty. And am I imagining things, or has Chris, like, cut some of his facial hair off?
They look great. Oh, no, all this facial hair is gone.
He looks like he's 20 years old. He's a baby man.
Confident Fit Volume is at OMG, yes, I've been eating higher fat than protein. I'm trying to get them them more even.
Yeah.
And again, don't make mistakes. I want people keep saying, oh, no, I always thought you always are supposed to eat more. If you eat gram for gram protein to fat, that is about 70% of your calories coming from fat.
It'll work out macro-wise. It works out
to exactly what you've always known to be, which is 70% fat, like 25% protein, 5% carbs.
Right.
It works out to be the same as that old. It's just we're simplifying it. Mm-hmm. It's easier to look at on a package to see how many grams and start totaling up in your head how many calories have you consumed and how many calories from fat is this. It's easier. I'm allowed 100 grams. There's 20 of them.
Yeah.
It just makes it easier.
Because the nutrition information isn't in calories. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see fat here, it doesn't say calories.
No, you have
says grams.
You have to do some math. We're trying to eliminate math. Rachel doesn't like math. Shauna, thank you for the $15 super chat. Said, because I love you and you guys are awesome.
I love you and you're awesome.
Shell said, was it Crave House Donuts? Yes, it was. Very good, Shell.
How did you know that?
So Charlie and Jody said, I am loving the 2 macros.
Good. That tickles my heart because it's scary presenting new stuff.
He said, eat more meat and save the humans.
Save the humans.
Steph said, if I ever run out of the toffee, I'm going to be a nervous breakdown.
I know, right? Don't you freaking love chocolate toffee?
Shonda said, I need to order a few peaches and cream and chocolate toffee.
I would just get a whole bunch of chocolate toffee. Because peaches and cream.
Becky said, what is this eating until you're full? Well, you're supposed to eat until you are comfortably full, which is what Dr. Berry talks about all the time. Eat 1 to 2 meals a day until you are comfortably full. But some people have screwed that up because we overeat. You can't eat till you're comfortably full if you don't stop
know what that
eating.
is.
Like if you're eating every 2 hours, you don't know what comfortably full is.
I'm just topping off.
It goes away and you're topping it off and topping it off. So you eat 1 to 2 meals. Like, for example, we go to Texas Roadhouse on the days we go, which is like once a month. We get a 20-ounce prime rib. We are comfortably full when we finish a 20-ounce prime rib. Well, guess what? A 20-ounce prime rib works out to be about 125 grams of protein and 125 grams of fat, which happens to be exactly what Rachel should eat.
Yeah.
And we didn't even do the math until after we did that.
But here's the thing. When I would come home, I was out of whack on those macros. Like, I wasn't. I mean, when you go and you eat something that big and it's like, you just know, like, okay, this should probably be it for the day. But I don't do that at home. At home, I can eat a whole bunch more, and I've proven that I could do it.
Yeah, because again, protein is going to fill you up during the meal. Fat will satiate you to the next meal, but once you're fat adapted, like the fat in your body will help that. Protein is going to fill you up quicker, and we learned that doing Maria Emmerich's protein-sparing modified fast, when we would eat instead of eating 1,200 calories in an OMAD, we're eating 500, and I can't put another bite in my mouth because we were eating 115 grams of protein in a sitting.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference. Defense Woods said, I finally made the blender ice cream with eggnog. All the butter made it taste like butter pecan without the pecans. Tasty as heck.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Yeah, butter makes everything better. Now, I did, again, you can see from the video, peaches and cream was is just not my favorite flavor. I take it over to my mom. She's like, ooh, peaches and cream. I was like, I told everybody that you would be like, this is the best thing ever to happen. Well, she does realize we're giving away
all of our...
I know. Shh. Don't tell her.
She's in here. Maitreya said, do we have anything written to talk about under-eating? I noticed a trend of people misunderstanding and hanging around the 800 to 1,000 calorie range. I am working on a couple of blog posts, and then I'm going to give the ideas, and Rachel's going to write it, because she's the writer. I'm not the writer. I'm also trying to work on the website in my spare time, the little bit that I have.
What's that?
To make an actual calculator where you're going to be able to put in, this is how much I want to weigh, this is how much I weigh now, and this is what my body fat is, and it's going to tell you exactly. So I am working on that. As far as under eating, too many people, my opinion, too many people try to OMAD every day. And your
body's just used to it.
That is the problem with OMAD. So if you're trying to OMAD, most of the time you can't get enough food in. You're better off having an eating window, like a 20-hour fast and a 4-hour eating window. If you're going to do that, I'm not even doing it right now. But if you're going to do that, even if you want to have a 23-hour 23-hour fast and a 1-hour eating window, don't try to cram everything into a 20-minute meal. Take 3 or 4 hours and just eat whenever you want. So eat and then eat an hour later and then eat an hour later. But try to get all of your food in, because if you undereat too long, you're going to be like us and slow down your metabolism.
Yeah, that's good information, because if you've got a 4-hour eating window, you get all of those 4 hours. Take the entire break. It's not like you're at work and you're like, I need to run an errand. I want to relax for a little bit, and then I've got to eat. So I've got to have all of those things. And so 15 minutes for eating and the rest of the time for everything else.
Graze for 4 hours.
Graze for 4 hours.
We talk about it's not the same as eating 3 meals a day where you're having a 6 or 7 or an 8-hour break in between each one. You're going to eat for 3 or 4 hours or whatever it is, and then you're going to fast for 20 hours. Now, if you're doing a 16-8, then I would divide up, have a decent break between the two. But if you're trying to eat only one big meal, have a 20 to 22 hour fast and then a 2 to 4 hour eating window, and graze all of your calories during that time.
Sometimes that happens with alternate day fasting too, because on your feast days, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. You've got feasting.
Chris and Miriam are doing awesome. So they're doing alternate day fasting right now. But they're eating a lot in their feasting
on
days,
their feast day.
They're having giant meals, going out for prime rib and eating another meal at home.
Which is,
But then they're fasting for 36 to 48 hours.
But what you're doing is you're getting all of those calories. You're not missing out. They're not trying to work it down so that they have 200 calories a day to eat.
Steph said, I love to sing, but everybody leaves the room.
I won't leave the room. I'm going to sit there right with you, and we're going to sing together. I love it.
Rhonda said, I freeze my Keto Chow ice cream and actually took... cook it for 20 seconds. Nuke it.
Nuke it.
Nuke it for 20 seconds. That's a good idea. Yes, I do. It turns cream again. Do it with all my ice cream. I sang to was a gospel group.
Divine Grace. How fun. I love that.
Madley said they made the Keto Chow custard into ice cream. That's a good idea.
We've got to try that. We have not tried that yet.
Chad is here.
Hey,
Says
Chad.
welcome. Hello to the 2KK family. I'm fairly new to this channel. I'm really finding that I look forward to Thursday nights so much. Keep up the great work.
Wow. Well, Chad, we're really glad that you're here. And thank you. What a nice thing to say.
Emily says, with the high protein version of keto that was explained to us from Bronson and 2KK, when you say the carbs energy should be one macro, we are talking about total carbs or net carbs. You can do either one. So Eric Westman talks about net carbs. So does Dr. Naiman. But again, when they're talking about net carbs, they're talking about net carbs from whole foods. They're not talking about eating, keto cupcakes and Duncan Hines things and Wonderlicious cereal. They're talking about net carbs from vegetables.
Right.
So we are doing a video on net versus total carbs. It's something we talk about a lot. I don't have a problem with net carbs so long as, number one, you learn ingredients. And number two, you put a total carb cap on yourself. So do 20 net carbs, but don't do any more than 40 or 50 total carbs, whatever you're comfortable with. And that is just so that you don't overdo the keto treats. And I remember even years ago when I got started, Dr. Berg, who I don't really watch a lot of his stuff, but he used to talk about that. 20 net carbs, 50 total carbs. Keto connected too. 20 net carbs, up to 50 total carbs. And that was before all the keto products.
This is the one place where I'm kind of the stickler, and it's because I am super lazy. I don't want to have to do any math, and that's why I do total carbs.
Right.
I just do total carbs. I don't think that 20 is like the magic number. So it's like if 40 is the total carb cap, as long as I'm not eating above 40 carbs, then total carbs, then I'm like, I'm good. And that is, sometimes it's a keto cookie, and sometimes it's a bowl of broccoli, and sometimes, it's coming from heavy whipping cream, but it's like, it's total carbs, and I add them all up, and I'm done.
And the number is different for everybody. Some people, it's got to be 10. I mean, it just depends on your
what
body.
you're trying to do.
Now, I would honestly advise saying like 30 to 40 total carbs. Even if you're doing 20 net carbs, I think you're fine. If you're eating more than 40 total carbs, you're eating way too many keto products in a day. You just are, because you're not going to be able to do 40 total carbs in vegetables, especially if you eat your protein first. And this is a rule that Rachel gave to her mom. She said, you want to eat your vegetables? Fine. Finish your protein. It's like a little thing a little kid. Instead of saying finish your vegetables, we're saying eat your meat. Right?
Eat your meat first.
When you eat all of your meat, if you're still hungry, then add some vegetables. You most likely are. I don't think there's any way you're going to eat 40 total carbs in vegetables.
I'm going to be honest. I am never trying to sneak more broccoli in. Right. I am always trying to find more room.
Unless we go to Texas Roadhouse and it's piled with sour cream and bacon.
But for the most part, the total carb, net carb debate, in my opinion, this is me talking, the debate I've had with myself is always how many Quest bars, how many keto cupcakes, how many servings of ice cream from like Enlightened can I have in a day?
Right.
And if I make it total carbs, then all of a sudden
it's answered.
Then it's answered.
You can have one.
Yeah.
Or,
it winds up being an amount that I know is right. I mean, I know that I shouldn't have been, eating a pint of ice cream in a sitting before, and I shouldn't be eating a pint of ice cream in a sitting now.
But like, for example, for the last few days, we have really been diving back into a lot of our recipes because we're really trying to change what we're eating. And so we've been eating our Mexican shredded chicken recipe.
Oh my gosh.
And
why haven't we been making that?
We've been making it with chicken breast instead of chicken thigh, because you never like chicken thighs.
I never made it. Yeah.
So I've been making it with chicken breast. Well, I'm putting 4 pounds of chicken breast in with the same stuff. So it's 1 cup of, it's the easiest recipe in the world. We have a video on it, but it's literally take 2 pounds, but we're putting 4 pounds of chicken into an Instant Pot with a cup of salsa, 4 ounces, a half a brick of cream cheese, and 3 tablespoons of our chili seasoning, or of our taco seasoning. 25 minutes, close it up from frozen.
Frozen.
And then you just take your fork and you shred it up and it's done.
Oh my gosh, and it's so stinking good. It's like super rich, creamy. It's got like that buttery, cheesy flavor to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you take out the chicken and then just take the sauce that's with it and divide it into 2, that works out to be about 10 or 12 total carbs each. But that's supposed to feed like 6, but we're making it feed 1 or 2.
Right.
Or 2, or now with the 4 pounds, it's like 4 meals for us. But that is a lot of the carbs. Like our chili, if we do like a double serving, that's like 8 carbs. But the carbs are coming from the Keto Chow. The carbs are coming from the fact that I've got peppers and onions in it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with like those donuts, as great as they were, eating more than one of them because they're 20 total carbs.
Yeah.
So if I say that if I go net carbs, I want to eat 5 of those donuts because that would be 6 net carbs.
And I have absolutely done that. I have absolutely eaten 4 desserts in a day, stayed under 20 net carbs, and then been upset that I'm not getting the results that I want. Like, it just,
okay.
Yeah.
He said, is Joe OCD? No?
No.
Rachel's OCD.
I am.
Rachel's serious. Like, when we leave the house, she's got to go back and check the door 3 times. Steph said, my Valentine's gift from Jimmy is being used as a ping pong ball between Georgia and Florida. Bones Valentine ball.
Oh, how nice. I saw a very handsome picture of Mr. James on Facebook. You are looking fantastic, sir.
Defense was said, yes, the Jordan's keto syrups are pretty legit on the ingredients. Like, I was shocked.
We were really surprised.
We're actually going to do a video. We bought it just for that.
Yeah.
Chris put up the Mexican shredded chicken.
It's so good.
It's so good. It is really good.
And it's really easy.
So we're actually going for a 1-night camping trip. We're taking Rachel's mom camping, and
Happy Valentine's Day,
Mom.
Mom.
What are we doing? Rachel's like, what are we doing for food? I'm like, I don't want to cook because it's only 1 night. I don't want to pull out the Blackstone and stuff. So we made like a giant batch of the shredded chicken and a giant batch. Like we went to Sam's Club, bought 5 pounds of ground beef, and cooked it all into a batch of chili. So
we were so upset. I put on Instagram, we found what we thought was going to be like the coolest new snack in keto snacks. It was like dried avocado chips that I thought were gonna rock it, and they're going in our bag, and Joe just takes one more look on the back at the ingredients, because I mean, we fall for it too. We see it and you're like, okay, there couldn't be anything bad in like just dried avocado. What else could there be? And there was all kinds of stuff. There was like maltodextrin, and there was sugar, and it was a savory blend. It wasn't like they were trying to make them not
you want to see falling for it?
Oh,
Here's falling for it.
We never brought these back.
Nope, they got to go back. So pick these up in Costco, in an aisle.
Wah, wah.
Moon cheese on one side, and then
the parm
chips, the parm whisks on the other side. Looks good. We ate a whole bag of them.
We did eat a whole bag of them.
Then, for some silly reason, we looked at the ingredients, and it's cheese, which salt, enzymes, and in tiny letters, brown rice, oat bran, red and green bell peppers, rice flour, onion and garlic powder, and it is 7 carbs per serving, and there's 10 servings in this bag.
We did it.
So we
did that.
Absolutely fell for it because of where it was placed within the store.
So there is no like time in which like you got it, and like that you cannot be fooled. You have to read the ingredients. We have to read the ingredients.
Yep.
Otherwise we would bind up like buying 4 bags of that.
Steph said, I changed the total carbs because I hate the fiber game, and be real, fiber, sugar, alcohol may omit for net, but they are still going in your body. I have, and we talked about this on a video recently, I am more apt to pull out sugar alcohols than I am fiber. Because your body can break down fiber regardless of what the food industry wants you to think. It can break down fiber. In fact, I was talking to Chris about it because there is another shake product on the market that is adding stuff that actually makes your body break down the fiber, and then they're putting fiber in it. So
it cannot be good for us. So, like, right?
So that's an issue. I would actually rather pull out the sugar alcohols because I know they're not going to do anything to me. I know that they're 0 on the glycemic index, but I don't know what the fiber is going to do. Unfortunately, more people are like, I'd rather get rid of the fiber and still count the sugar alcohols. I'm completely opposite.
I didn't even put this product up while we were out shopping, but I found another product that was a keto meringue product. And because we just got, like taken in by that cheese thing, I checked the ingredients, and on the back it said sugar. And I thought, well, why is that? And it had an asterisk next to the sugar. And then down at the bottom, it said, it's okay, this is an acceptable amount of sugar. What is an acceptable? Why are you putting this on here as well, it's okay, this is fine. This is enough. This is the right amount of sugar.
So we found this in Sam's Club today.
Has anybody tried this yet?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Oh, wow. And that was like $6 for that bottle.
We found this in Sam's Club today.
Yeah,
So
that was nice.
This is the first time we're trying it. It actually says keto friendly on the front. It's Kinder Zero Sugar Barbecue Sauce Roasted Garlic. It is got a kick to it.
That's got a nice little kick. Not a Heath and Shelley kick.
Ingredients are tomato puree, which is water and tomato paste, allulose, natural smoke flavors, distilled vinegar, salt, cider vinegar, roasted garlic, guar gum, garlic powder, natural flavors, spices, caramel coloring, roasted garlic powder, low han fruit extract, which is monk fruit, onion powder, and xanthan gum. That is literally the cleanest ingredients I've seen in a barbecue sauce, and it is thick. Yeah. It is not watery at all. We were buying a bunch of this stuff.
I like just grabbing it.
Sam's Club is like Aldi, right? Here today, gone tomorrow.
Right.
So, okay.
Yeah, it was like $6.50 for that big bottle.
Yes. Emily said, so if you eat 40 or 50 total carbs, are you guaranteed to be under 20 net carbs? Or do I need to track both net and total just to make sure I'm also trying to stay...
If you're going to do 40 to 50 total, I wouldn't even worry about the net.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I would.
Okay, here's why I say 40 should be your cap. I would still, if you're going to eat that many total carbs... still keep your net under 20. Just learn, you'll be able to learn it very quickly. The reason I say, you're shaking your head.
Fine.
You know what you can fit into 40 or 50 total carbs?
What?
Several Oreo cookies.
No, okay, but she's not trying to eat that.
But people will. Okay, so there are people who are going to be like, if it fits in my macros, which means I can have
we're not doing
cookie.
that.
I didn't say she is, but people
We're not doing that. You're not doing that.
I would look at...
You're crazy.
My favorite appetizer pre-keto, mozzarella sticks. Go to the store and an order of mozzarella sticks is 20
We're not doing
total
that. We're not
carbs.
going back to
I would absolutely have played the game of, if I'm allowed 40 carbs, I'm going to have that and still have 20 carbs left for the day.
I don't believe that we're doing that.
I think you ask them.
No.
I'm going to tell you, more people, not necessarily our subscribers, but more people will do that than not do that. They play the if it fits my macros game.
No one is playing that game.
Everybody plays that game.
Don't play that game.
Lisa said
that's
I do total carbs
game.
with my veggies just to keep it
Don't
real.
play Russian roulette. Don't play poker with somebody that's got like a really cool cowboy hat on and sunglasses. And don't play that if it fits my macros game.
Yes. Chris said fiber reindeer games.
Yes.
Let's see. Chris said, actual Splenda that you buy at the store, it's 99.9% maltodextrin. Pure sucralose isn't like that and is generally okay. Yeah. That's a question we get all the time.
You can get it off of Amazon.
But that sucralose is Splenda. It's not. Splenda is maltodextrin or dextrose with a touch of sucralose in it. But what happens is they have to be able to measure it. You have to be able to go, like cup for cup. Remember when Splenda came out? Cup for cup, measure it just like sugar. It's all maltodextrin. It is sugar. But they're using the sucralose to really give it that sweetness. Liquids, you can buy granular sucralose, but you won't be able to measure it. It's like the tip of a pencil to sweeten like a pot of coffee.
Right.
So you need to buy a liquid sucralose, which is usually even there diluted in water, which is the same thing with liquid monk fruit. So you can buy from Lakanto, they have a container of monk fruit, and it's like 47% pure monk fruit. Yes. It's not the granulars mixed with erythritol. It's this little red tub. I don't even know if they still have it.
It's like an orangey dust.
And you literally, it's like 1/4 of a gram. Is that you can't even measure
It's like a fingernail will blow your face off.
And so that's why you really want to stick with liquid sweeteners when you can. If you use liquid stevia
It's hard when
or
you're
liquid
baking.
monk fruit, or you're going to use the liquid sucralose, you don't have to worry about being bound to anything. When you're worried about when it's baking, the only thing you'll be able to find if it's powdered, you want something that's going to be bound to erythritol.
Yeah. But for coffee and stuff, if you're doing beverages, I would try to stick with a liquid one of your choice. Took me a long time to like make peace with stevia.
Yes.
Stevia and Rachel did not like get along.
Stevia is one of those things, if you go one drop too much, it's like really
terrible.
Nasty. He said, here, smoke this. It's okay. It's an acceptable, acceptable crack cocaine.
But I thought that was like, boy, you're really, thinking something. I mean, the fact that it's like that the person reading the package is going to be like, wait, this has sugar in it. It's like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
So Chris said Splenda has 12 milligrams of sucralose and 9,988 milligrams of starch maltodextrin.
Okay, my mind just got blown. That is insanity.
Defense was that you'd be surprised how many folks not in here still do if it fits your macros game.
Defense Wiz, do you really?
Yes. Oh, yes. I see YouTubers do it. Absolutely.
No, you better not do it.
No, we don't do it. But
Better not see
again,
it.
I know what we have done. You have said that you do total carbs because you're a cheater.
I would be a cheater.
You would be a cheater. If I told you 50 total carbs, whatever you can fit into 50 total carbs.
I wouldn't be cheating with an Oreo. I would be cheating with a keto bar. I would be cheating with moon cheese.
Chris said, how about I just melt 18 sticks of string cheese and eat them with a fork?
There you go.
That sounds really
I have totally poured like half of a bag of mozzarella cheese into a bowl and cooked it in the microwave and eaten it.
Mary
I've totally
said,
done that.
check out some of the keto grips. Many people play the if it fits your macros game.
Wow.
Christy said if they are new to keto and on a struggle bus, they may play the macro game.
Oh man.
Christopher said Sawyer is finally giving me a break from playing Luigi's Mansion to read more of the chat.
Ooh, I love that game. I love Luigi's Mansion.
Jim said yes, it can suck you in me, and Steph went through that game if it's all good and it fit, and then it stalled us.
Okay, so I can put a big asterisk on the end of this. I would do total carbs, and then I'm just gonna put the asterisk on keto stuff. Do keto stuff. There you go.
Sarah said, Rachel, I looked up the Peaches and Cream original Barbie is $349 on eBay from 1984.
So you won't be getting
Looks
her.
like you're not getting her.
Well, they didn't remake stuff because I saw that they had brought back some of my other favorites, like Barbie and the Rockers was back. Miko, Barbie's friend, was actually one of my very favorite Barbies. Miko, she had really long hair. You know who she looked like? She looked like Crystal Gale to me. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Stunning.
Shauna said, never go against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
There you go.
Defense was said another fun discussion in groups, people not realizing liquid sucralose is not Splenda. And by discussion, I mean knock down, drag out arguments.
Oh,
absolutely.
My goodness. Well, I will say that recently I've been trying to track across a whole bunch of different platforms to try to see what is the best, different groups. If you don't use Chronometer, what is the appeal of other things? So let me tell you, I'm about tracked out. But some of them that have a community group with them, it's like the community group is so negative and mean that I'm just I don't feel like I'm getting any benefit. I feel like I'm going to stress eat just from talking to people. It's very scary.
So Chris wrote, under no circumstance should you ever buy monk fruit in the raw or stevia in the raw. Both are terrible. Yeah, because it's all dextrose. So this is pure monk fruit extract from Lakanto. It's a powdered form, okay? Yeah. So this is 30%. And I was looking for, the ingredients are just monk fruit extract in a powdered form. There are 570 servings in this container.
570.
To give you an idea, it's smaller than my coffee mug.
Yeah.
Okay? A serving size is 1/32 of a teaspoon. It's 100 milligrams.
Who's got that measuring spoon?
Now, if you use this is 0 total carbs.
Yeah.
It's because they're not putting it with erythritol, which is why when you buy their granular in the big red bag, it's monk fruit with erythritol. So they're putting a touch of this with erythritol so this will make it so you don't need as much. You get that sweetness, but you have all of the total carbs from this.
For like almost the entirety of our keto journey.
So to give you an idea, a half a serving of this is equal to 2 teaspoons of sugar. A half a teaspoon of this is equal to 1.5 cups of sugar in sweetness. But you can't really cook with it because 1.5 cups of sugar, you need that volume for your baking. So it's great if you want to put this in your coffee. If you have you literally are going to need a little tiny thing to shovel it out, because 1/64 of a teaspoon. This would probably last you at least 2 years. Yeah. In fact, this is at least 2 years.
It's more than 2 years, I think.
Well, that's a new bottle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. Because this says it's till,
And I'm telling you, we've had this in at least for 2 years, and the best by date is May of this year.
Yeah. That's insanity.
Emily said, I am not doing the if it fits your macro game. I am a very strict keto. Yeah. I just like the keto treat. I like a dessert after a meal. Total carbs is an eye-opener now that I switched to total.
Well, it's going to make us more choosy. And here's my thing. I think it's a good thing because I think some of the keto treat places have really relied on the fiber game, and they have gotten lazy about putting out good quality products at reasonable prices with clean ingredients. And I think that if people stop, if they're like, you know what, I gotta rein this in. I can't be eating a bar that's this big, that's 42 total carbs, but 4 net carbs, but I think somebody's lying to me. Right. I'm not gonna buy those anymore. If people stop buying it, then they'll have to clean their act up.
Anthony and I took a look the other day at a keto meal replacement shake, and I was so disappointed because I was really excited about it. And the company was using maltodextrin, or it was digestion-resistant maltodextrin and then dextrin, but then they were putting things in which would make it no longer digestion-resistant. But the thing is, it's why are you doing that? Shortcuts to make money? That's why I love somebody like Chris or Keto Savage, who they're not taking shortcuts. Yeah. Right? Robert has gone out of his way to not take a shortcut on the keto brick. He keeps everything in-house because he knows the second he sends that out to a co-packing plant, they're going to try to use maltodextrin to cut costs.
Right, but that's the thing. You've got to really look at ingredients and then decide what you want out of your keto journey and how long you want it to take for you to achieve a goal. Because what they're doing now is with new people who are just coming into the keto space, they're able to put down the ho-hos that they got for 99 cents and pick up a keto treat for $1.50 and be like, wow, that's virtually no difference anymore. I'm sure it's fine. It says keto on it, so I'm sure it's healthy. It's telling me that it's low carb and 1 net carb, and that's all I'm looking for. Right. And really, there's a lie going on in the back.
So Lisa said, it's like those JoJo's trays. They're saying keto friendly. They actually have either cane or coconut sugar in them. I wouldn't touch them because of that. Okay. JoJo's. So here's this a mistake that a lot of people made. Even when we first saw them, JoJo's actually has very clean ingredients. No, we saved the JoJo's.
We did, but at first, when we got the ones that were sugar,
we didn't buy them. What happened was they have 4 flavors of JoJo's chocolates. Only 2 of them are keto friendly. Back in, I want to say November, it was around Black Friday, they were having a special where it was buy 2, get 2 free, but you didn't get to choose the flavor. So 2 of the ones they were sending you had sugar in them. So you have to get, I think it's the raspberry, and I forget what the other flavor is. Yeah. But look on the ingredients of the keto ones are very good. Very good. But
there's not enough
there's
of a
2 flavors that aren't.
Distinguishing.
No.
So it's just on the
because
website.
the ones that have sugar in them are low sugar. They're not terrible. They're better than anything that the average person who is on a standard American diet is going to eat. I think it's got 3 grams of sugar or 4 grams, but it's more than I want to eat.
It's the asterisk that's it's fine.
Well, it's if you're
this amount.
If you're going to give your kid a Hershey bar, you're going to give him a JoJo's that has sugar in it. Give him the JoJo's that has sugar in it because it's got a quarter of the sugar. Right. But they have 2 that have no sugar in it. Steph said, Maria Emmerich said maltodextrin is higher on the glycemic index than sugar. It is.
It is.
It's a lot higher.
Yeah.
Miriam said, I've overtaken the keyboard.
Aw.
Chris said, our co-packer tried to use flavorings that use maltodextrin. I had to stomp my foot and throw a fit one. Yeah, there was another product in the keto box, which I have to edit that video, that Anthony and I did. It was phenomenal. It was a muffin that reminded me of Fox Hill Kitchen. Super clean ingredients. But it was a banana flavor muffin, and then what are they using? It says banana flavoring bound to maltodextrin. I'm like, you had me till there. I know it's possible because Keto Chow is using natural flavors that are not bound to maltodextrin. So it's possible. They just have to pay more money, and they don't want to.
But that is why we're so loyal to Keto Chow. Like, when you find a company that's doing it so right, then you're like, I am all in, right? Because there's so many companies that are doing it wrong.
Christopher said Enlighten came out with a sugar-free keto ice cream, cone today, but the first ingredient was wheat flour. Yeah, I saw that, or wheat flour fiber. I saw that. I was going to message her and say, hey, can you send us some and we'll do a review? And then I looked at the ingredients and I literally wrote back, never mind. I literally wrote back, never mind. You know, because I'm not going to review that.
What was that Gilda Radner skit where she was like, why do people have a hard time with violins on television? I think there should be more violins on television. And they're like, violence. And she's like, oh, never mind.
Christopher said, I think it was the Trim and Healthy Mama diet that made 1/32 of a teaspoon popular.
Wow. Wow, 132. We need to go back to Ross and see if they have one of those, like, the measuring spoons.
Marcia said monk fruit tastes really weird to me. That's the best blend is actually to use a blend of allulose, stevia, and monk fruit, or allulose, stevia, and erythritol, because they all have different qualities. So when you blend them together,
you get that
comes
right
out perfect.
Mix.
And High Key actually has a blend.
I was just about to say that.
So they actually have where you can get a blend of the three, and it's absolutely perfect. There's no cooling effect. It's just like sugar. Like, one of the reasons you see products that have allulose with such high total carbs is because allulose is only 70% as sweet as sugar, so they keep allulose becomes the #1 ingredient. Like Hecka bars, it's one of the top ingredients.
What the heck?
The Primal Noms, which I forget, I think it's called like Sweet Creations now.
Right.
The first ingredient is allulose. Like, they're literally using allulose like more than flour. Yeah. Because you've got to get that.
Have to.
And even then, it's still not that sweet.
I never think it's that sweet.
So the only way allulose is a great sweetener. It will even lower your blood sugar. But you've got to add something else in there to up the sweetness. So you're better off with like half the allulose and then using some liquid stevia or liquid monk fruit.
But that high key blend of sweetener is really good. Like, it works really well.
Christy said, I actually have left another keto group on Facebook because every time I posted anything, someone had to say something critical about my post. I'm so glad your group doesn't do that. If anybody does that in our group, they will be gone. It was so frightening to me. I was actually going to, because people were like, had posted in one of the apps, community groups, like, I don't know what to make. This is really hard. You know, I've eaten all of this stuff today. You know what? I think I'm just going to give up. And I was like, I'm going to post a recipe or something easy, and I'm like, don't give up. And everybody's like, yeah, you need to take a time out. Like, you know what? Just like have a couple, cheat days, and like you'll feel better. You'll come back. And I'm like, we are never gonna see this person again, ever. If she leaves like this, like, she's never coming back. Like, we have to protect her. Like, please, what can we say or do? So Chris said, yes, table sugar has fructose in it, which is slow to impact your blood sugar. It has to be converted in the liver. So that's what the glycemic index is how quickly is your blood sugar going to go up. Shauna said, high key dark chocolate almond caramel clusters. I have to keep them in my freezer. I just didn't open the box. We tried them once, and then I'm afraid to open them because we're going to eat them all.
They're so stinking good. It's like, I can't.
Christopher said, I think I was cleaning up and watching ingredients before I paid attention to my macros.
Yeah.
Mary said, if it fits your macro, game players also say keto doesn't work. Exactly.
It's interesting too. The cleaner the ingredients, the lower all of the total carbs and all that stuff anyway. Like, I'm doing much less math equations when you get into responsible food. Right. I'm just noticing that there is absolutely a correlation between it being easy for me to track and like a very forthright company that's giving all the information. When it is like, you have to turn the package like 14 different ways because they're like, we got a negative here, we got part of the math equation here,
right.
You know, 2 trains leave the station at exactly 7 o'clock. Like that's part of the equation, you know, I mean, yeah, too much.
Marcia said, if I allowed more carbs in my 20 total, I would definitely eat more vegetables. And that's what Dr. Cyrus says. If you want to eat vegetables, eat your vegetables. We're not fat from eating 6 cups of lettuce.
It was never the broccoli that had me. It was never the Brussels sprouts. Like, I like them.
It was what you put on it.
It was never that. It was always dessert. Always.
He said, we have a popular keto restaurant in our area. The owner is always coaching folks on if it fits your macros.
I know. And you're like, You know, and when we started out, to be honest, when there wasn't a bunch of prepackaged stuff in the landscape, you know, you could get away with certain things. Mm-hmm. You could, because there wasn't a lot of prepackaged stuff. Right. So it was like, if it fits your macros and you were like trying to squeeze in, you know, a cheese that had nuts or something in it, you know, like it just wasn't as like foggy as it is right now. Right. There's just a lot of products. I mean, when we went into Ross, there was so many things marked keto. There were like keto creamers, and there were keto shakes, and there were keto snacks and keto clusters and keto cookies, and some of them were really jacked up, but they had keto on them.
I just saw one. Where'd it go?
Oh, Christopher has a 132 measuring spoon.
Oh, wow. Carmen says, so how would you measure skinny syrup into your carbs? Okay, so the label for skinny syrup says 0 carbs. It's pretty much a bunch of artificial flavors, and they're sweetening it with sucralose and possibly, if I remember right, acesulfame potassium, if I remember right.
Depends on the flavor.
Depends on the flavor. I basically look at every serving as at least a half a carb. That's just, I'd rather overdo it, you know, like overcount than undercount, if that makes sense. So we do a coffee and this is a small mug for Rachel. So in her big mug, like your Pokemon or whatever that mug is over there.
My coffee mug usually looks like this.
We do 4 pumps, which is 1 ounce, which is 1 serving into her big coffee. So I'm gonna look at that and go, that's a half a serving. And so if she'll have like 2 coffees with it and then 2 coffees without it. So we figure she had a carb in it. It could be 0 carb. I'd rather just say it's got a half a carb. Now, if it had more than a half a carb, it would be at 1. It's like heavy whipping cream. Every time you take a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, tell yourself you're having a half a carb.
Yeah.
You know, and an ounce is a carb. Even if the label says 0, there is always a carb in it. Same thing with spices. Like, you know, you look at the macros for our taco seasoning, where I make my own taco seasoning without maltodextrin. There's a recipe on our website.
It's really good.
1/4 teaspoon is a serving. Well, every one of my recipes is like 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning. Or our chili. It's got 2 tablespoons of chili seasoning and 4 teaspoons of cumin. There's carbs in that, but according to a label, there's no carbs in 1/4 teaspoon. So there are carbs in all of that stuff, even if the label says 0.
What I like about Chronometer, if you're tracking with Chronometer, and there is a free version of Chronometer.
Except for eggs. Chronometer doesn't list eggs as having a carb.
But what I like with Chronometer is I scan it, and let's say, you know, a serving of the skinny syrup is 1/4 of a tablespoon or a tablespoon or something like that, and you put in there you've had 2 tablespoons. If it is a residual carb that if you have 2 servings of is going to give you like half a carb or 1 carb, it will register because Chronometer actually verifies the information. I can't even tell you how many tracking apps I'm running into where you're like, I go to put in like a Zip Fizz and they're like, and it's all the same thing. It's Fruit Punch Zip Fizz, 1 tube, and it's like 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, because it's all just input by people who are like, I think it's like 2 points.
Fun
or
fact
maybe
about
9.
Chronometer, it puts the carbs in coffee.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and how many is it?
I mean, it's a lot.
For one of your cups? I think it's like 3 carbs, right?
It is. I wind up taking like 3 carb hit for my coffee. Totally worth it, but...
But yeah, because there is carbs in coffee.
But least...
almost every app doesn't put it. But they don't put a carb in eggs for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know why. But with everything else, though, it does. And I love just knowing it's not debatable. I don't have to think about it.
Right. Jerry said, is there a primer on how to set up Chronometer for keto? Okay, so we're going to do another video. We have a video on how to do Chronometer.
You can go, yeah.
But I'm going to redo it. With Chronometer, use it to track. Do not use it to figure out your macros. Don't use any app to figure out your macros. Not Chronometer, not Carb Manager, not what the iTrack Bites. And none of them do it right. There's only, the easiest ways to do it the way that we're telling you is like 1 gram of preferred, like take your lean body mass, or even Dr. Berry says your total body weight, you know, but lean body mass.
Set that up.
Or just the best thing to do is whatever your goal weight is, okay? So that many grams of protein, and then up to that many grams of fat and carbs combined, keeping your carbs between like 0 and no more than 40 total carbs. But if you want to use an app where it's going to tell you the calories, the only 2 people I'm going to recommend apps to use is Maria Emmerich's or Keto Savages. You'll find that one over on Keto Brick. Those are the only 2 that are going to give you the proper macros. Now I'm going to tell you, Roberts are going to put you much higher in your food because he's looking at fat, but he's also making sure you're getting that protein in. Because I think the way he's working it, he's not counting the calories in protein.
Yeah.
But he doesn't push protein as much as Marie. He pushes closer to 80% fat, but he's also a bodybuilder. But he's very different. There's actually a great podcast listening to him debate Dr. Ted Naiman because they're on like polar opposites of their eating habits. But they both get results. So
they do.
It's just a different way of thinking.
So either of those 2. And and I would say if you don't do anything else, if you're like, I don't want to change anything about what I'm doing because I'm in the tracking situation.
Right.
My advice would be every time that you feel snacky, like you want a snack, you feel like you need something else. I'm not satiated, I'm not full. Go eat a lean protein. Do not reach for a carbohydrate.
Make some of our beef jerky.
Make some beef jerky. Get yourself a can of chicken, eat a can of tuna fish. Don't add fat or anything to it, but like just eat some protein because at least you're switching out because usually your snack is a high carbohydrate snack. Like that's usually, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be like a bunch of cheese. It's going to be a dessert. It's going to be a keto bread of some sort. Like that's just what we naturally, when we get snacky, we get that carb. If you can even just change that habit out to a high protein, you're going to have good results.
Yeah. And I mean, a can of tuna fish is going to fill you up a lot more than a cheese stick.
Yeah. I mean, how many cheese sticks can I wolf down?
Charlie said, sorry to ask, what do you recommend for a person who is already too low in calories? Jump right up to your goal weight in grams of protein or sort of reverse side to do it, don't want to gain. Okay, let's make this clear. We are not doctors, nurses, health professionals. Anything we're telling you is because of what we've read,
I have a
studied, or experimented on ourselves.
Ponytail on the top of my head.
It's kind of up to you and what you're willing to deal with. I and Rachel jumped right in. That could mean a little bit of an increase in the scale for a couple of weeks.
Don't get on the scale.
It will
that would be
level
my advice.
out.
It will level out.
Like, so that's what Dr. Berry is just like, eat till you're comfortably full. Don't worry about it. Calories are stupid. Calories are stupid. It's more about, that's why he's 1-to-1. Okay. I was telling somebody 1-to-1. If you eat a prime rib or if you eat a ribeye, you're eating 1-to-1. That's why he talks about a ribeye all the time. If you are really concerned about putting too much weight and it's going to freak you out, slowly work your way up. Maybe
25 calories or 50 calories a week
of fat.
Yeah.
Okay, not of protein. Don't count your protein at all. You're not going to gain weight from eating protein. Okay, you're going to gain weight from eating too much fat. If you increase your fat. You're not going to gain weight from eating protein.
And my advice would be if you're going to do the jump all in thing, like we would probably do, just because I just will do it. Do as much whole foods as possible. Don't be like, I want to increase this and I'm going to have all of the increase be packaged things.
Shauna said, I hear Joe's voice in my head when I read ingredients.
Aww.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Shauna said, Rachel is channeling her inner pebbles.
Yeah, bam, bam. That makes you bam, bam.
Yeah. Defense was said Ted and Robert are both pretty jacked, so it's like pick a side with the macro that you like to eat.
Exactly. You're not going to go wrong with either of those guys. The only thing that I would say is Keto Savage works out a lot.
Yes.
Like a lot.
And I've talked to Bronson about that. I had an appointment that I couldn't meet with Bronson this week, but I've talked to Bronson about that and like, because where do you fall? Because Bronson is my age. And so I said, where do you fall on Dr. Berry of don't count anything and Keto Savage who count everything? And he's like, well, they're both right. But like we talked about, sometimes you don't know what full is. That's why we're going to at least try grams, and then you're going to learn what full is. Rachel is very quickly learning, like, if I eat 2 giant chicken breasts, I'm full. Like, I don't need
who'd
more.
have thought?
And I'm at the right macros. So, but what he said, like, you got to remember, Robert is a professional bodybuilder. His job is to track every bite that goes in his mouth when he's prepping for a competition. And the same thing for Crystal.
Well,
like, that's their job. Their job is to track every single bite that goes in their mouth. But then you can look at them, who never will have the carbs. Like, they're never going to go off keto. They're never going to carb cycle or do cyclical keto or any of that stuff. But then you look at Danny Vega, who is very much into carb cycling and cyclical keto.
But he looks like he just walked off the 300
Danny Vega,
set.
let's be honest, makes Robert look like me.
Yeah, I mean...
But they both have results. But it's just, they also got to remember, when Danny Vega is eating carbohydrates, he's not eating like a Snickers bar.
It's a sweet potato.
He's eating a sweet potato, or he's eating jicama, or, so you just have to look at what's good for you. If you're going to exercise at the Danny Vega or the Keto Savage level of exercising,
not this girl,
have at it with 50 to 100 total grams of carbohydrates from vegetables a day. Yeah. Have at it. You're going to burn it off. If you're us and you're lucky if you get 4 miles of walking in a day and you lift 100 pounds,
every morning.
I said lucky if. So then you're going to have to be a little bit careful.
Okay, here's the other thing. We have in the links we have to Bronson's page. He is a fantastic resource, and he has entire programs out. So you're like, hey, I would like you to coach me.
So
reach out to him.
Bronson has a bunch of things on his website. I'll make sure there's a link down below if there's not, or Chris can even put it up for me.
He is great.
His Apex training, he's got, I think it's like $40 a month, where you get you get a workout thing, what to do every single day, and they're all stuff you can do at home. Really, all you need is maybe a set of resistance bands, 1 set of dumbbells, and a kettlebell. That's about all you need. You can do and if you don't have something, he even tells you how you can do without it. There's something to do 5 days a week. He does phone calls. He's got a whole Facebook support group.
He'll definitely help you with the macros.
Great deal for $40. He'll walk you through like proper eating things and everything else.
Worth a shot.
So,
he's a very, like, he will get results, but he's also a very tender spoken person. So like, he's very kind.
Mm-hmm. Shauna said, Stephanie gave me a good idea when I wanted to snack or stress, told me to eat a pickle wrapped in meat with cream cheese. It helps me every time.
There you go. That is perfect because it's filling and you feel it's nice. That's good. Mm-hmm. We've been on a pickle kick.
Renee said, I find to do my best with keeping it simple. Eggs, meat, blocks of cheese, heavy whipping cream, butter. The only packaged item I use Keto Chow, so no worries about bad ingredients.
Keep it simple. I'm all about that. Keep it simple, sexy.
Renee said, trust the process, keep away from process.
Lisa says, I've been craving butter lately a lot more. I don't know why. I did want to say, I saw, Lisa, thank you for posting the picture of yourself today. You are lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. And I was just like, so glad that you shared that picture of yourself. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Chris said Bronson made all the workouts for Keto Chow 7-Day Reset. Not only for his $39 a month app, do you get that? You actually get videos of him showing you how to exercise.
Yeah, which you can tell me stuff, but I need to see it. I do. I need to see it. I need to even look at like the arch of your body and see like where should my back be.
Uh-oh.
It says excellent condition.
It says excellent connection, but look at you. There we go.
There I am. I'm like, ugh.
Get back to the comments. Christina said Kerrygold butter is addictive.
Kerrygold butter is magical. Like, I think that it is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I really, truly do.
Christopher said we had someone from Texas move to Kentucky and start selling Texas brisket. It is amazing.
Wow. Why haven't we thought about that? Heath, You need to go there and like make Texas brisket.
So here, Gail said, I clicked on Bronson's webpage. He looks 30-ish. Yes.
They're the same age.
So here's what happened. We got to hang out with Bronson at the Keto Summit in Omaha last year. Can you believe it's been over a year?
No.
We got to hang out with him, and he was working with Dr. Fit and Fabulous, which is another person you're like, yeah, no way are you a mom or a doctor or like you look like you're 20 years old and we're just like a centerfold in like Playboy.
I mean, gorgeous.
And
just gorgeous.
So we got to hang out with Bronson, and I did. When I met Bronson, I thought he was like in his 20s. I really did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until about 4 months ago that I learned Bronson's age. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like he's like a month older than I am.
What is really nice too is
and by the way, he was heavy.
I feel a lot more comfortable talking to him because of that. You know, it's kind of, you know, it's like going to somebody that is, you know, that gets it. And when you say things like, you know, this isn't in the location it used to be in, or I'm having, you know, tenderness in this area, or my feet hurt in a certain way, like he completely knows in a way that I don't think maybe a 20-year, old trainer knows yet, because they're not that old. And I mean, even if they've studied the body, and I'm sure that they completely get it, and they're wise beyond their years and experience, but there's just something about being able to go to somebody that you're like, I feel like we've lived a similar life, and you just get me.
Mm-hmm. Mary said that Protein Keto Connect has a good macro calculator as well. You can adjust the protein. Yeah, I've seen theirs. I've used theirs when we first got started. The only reason it doesn't emphasize protein, you know, and unless they've changed it, which they may have.
Yeah.
You were always able to up the protein, but when they first put that up years ago, everybody believed that keto should be a very low protein diet, and just like things have changed.
It was all fat, no
everybody
protein.
Started losing their hair and studying things like that.
Yeah, so you saw that like the wave of it come, right, where it was like we all were like, I guess we better start getting some collagen and protein because we're all like going to be looking like Joe and Bronson.
I think we're caught up.
Are we caught up? How?
Gail said, sounds like me. When people see me and ask my age, they never believe me. It has been that way my whole life.
What a blessing, right? Like
Miriam said, Joe, you don't look 50 either. You look young. Well, thank you.
That's
you just
very
made
kind.
My night.
You
okay, now we can get off.
You're like, and done.
Denise said, when you become fat adapted, more reducing any fats in your diet, carbohydrates will keep you from becoming fat adapted. I hope you concur.
Yeah. Chris says, I can't take people like Jillian Michael seriously. They aren't qualified to make nutrition advice. Yeah. I have to look at motivation too. I mean, you have a conversation.
She loses her job if everybody jumps on keto.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
I don't know. You talked to Bronson, and you know what I got from the first time, like listening to Joe, like be just very, like you were being very vulnerable with him. It's not easy to like be vulnerable and share, like, here's where I struggle. I'm going to be so super honest. This is my problems. And he was just very like caring. He didn't judge you. He doesn't have that attitude that's just like, I'm completely ripped and like, that's sad that you're not, you know, like he's not like that at all.
LTM said Rachel got younger, significantly younger. I don't know how, but wow.
Thank you.
Chris said, and then you see Bronson put on his reading glasses and the illusion is shattered.
I know, it's so cute. Like I saw you guys were doing a Zoom and he was doing that, and I was just like, oh, he's got Grandpa Joe glasses. I love it.
Chris said, I can't take people like Jillian Michael seriously. They aren't qualified to give nutrition advice.
That's what we're just saying.
It's funny, Rachel. So again, Rachel is,
what's their motivation?
Is tracking things and like all the different trackers, and she's like, why doesn't Weight Watchers have a keto version? And I'm like, because Weight Watchers hates keto. They've spent millions of dollars to tell you that keto is going to kill you.
And here's
because Weight Watchers charges you $30 a month just to use their app. Just to use their app. And if you're a lifetime member, if you're ever not at your goal weight, you have to pay them. They actually charge you for gaining weight.
So, and
which actually isn't a bad idea. It would keep me motivated at least.
And I am going across all of these different apps, and let me tell you, everything I'm eating is exactly the same, and I've set everything for like across every app knows exactly like what my situation is. Everything is the same, and Some of the apps, I'm doing great. Great job, Rachel. Some of the apps is like, Rachel, you suck. You're a bad person and you probably are gonna like be sad forever. Like, it's so discouraging. And I'll tell you, one of the ones that like just, it hates my behind is Weight Watchers. WW cannot stand me, and like
you're doing keto on a Weight Watchers app. I mean, what do you expect?
But it is like, it is so, it makes me cry because you're eating really good ingredients. It's not like you're scanning garbage. Like, I would be doing better if I scanned garbage. I really would.
Weight Watchers would reward you more if you scan an Oreo cookie over brisket.
It would. And so here's the thing that I really like about it, and I feel like I've said this before, that I feel like Chronometer needs like, you know, a glitter enema, because like we need some fun stuff on Chronometer that's like more like stickers and things. But on Weight Watchers, if you do what you're supposed to do, you get like a blue dot. Mm-hmm. So like 4 days a week I get a blue dot because like I will eat. 'Cause
you're eating keto.
You're eating keto. So like, and it gives you stuff for carbohydrates. Right. That's what it is. Like, you know, if you were eating something that was very carb rich.
It's an anti-fat diet.
It is a totally anti-fat diet. And so like 2 nights a week, you'll see my week and it's like, I don't have like blue dots. And it's so upsetting. It's like devastating. Like I understand that you feel terrible. I'm like, just give it to me.
Okay, Devin said, had to cut back on fat because of gallbladder issues. I've gotten depressed thinking I have to quit keto. Now I'm determined to find ways to make it work. After 3 years of keto, it's become a way of life. Dr. Berry has several videos on how to do keto without a gallbladder. And if also, go into our group and reach out to Beth. It's Beth Escobar. She is in our group. She's Rachel's best friend from when they were little kids.
She has no gallbladder
and has done keto now for, what, 2 years?
Yeah, she's doing great. And her mom is also on keto and has greatly reduced a lot of, like, she had tremendous heart issues.
Okay, I am lost because I've got Stephanie saying, did I ever give Rachel her surprise? I have no idea what surprise I'm supposed to give at. Miriam is saying, where is Rachel's surprise? Somebody's going to need to give me some hints because I have no idea.
Ooh, what did we get? Did you say you were going to give me a surprise?
Not that I know of. Kevin said, 2KK, thanks for the videos. 2 years of keto, 2 years keto, zero treats.
Cheats? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
You want me to read it for you?
That. No, I thought it's...
Thank you very much, Kevin. That is like really, that is awesome. And congratulations, 2 years without a cheat day. Mm-hmm. That's like amazing.
Keto said it, the fountain of youth. Mary said keto is the fountain of youth. Gail said that you are radiant.
Thank you.
Jerry said, I watched one of the first videos from y'all and the current ones, and I thought Rachel was a different person. Wow, amazing results. You look awesome. Peaches and cream.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. Gosh, this is like best night ever. I do need to post a picture of my mom. I had sent her a thing where like 2 years ago, she was on keto, but then I recently took a picture of her and I told her, I said, you look like your own daughter. Like, she is aging backwards. Like, how are you could be in your 70s and be looking younger every year. Like, I love that. The elasticity in her skin and everything.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
Has really returned.
Christopher said, I remember building a desktop application for people to use to track their Weight Watchers points so they don't have to pay for it. Yeah, there's another company called iTriBites. Here's how Weight Watchers gets around that. They change their points every couple of years. So you can't even find a book like this is how many points, because what they do is they change it. This year, a thing of brisket's 5 points. Next year it's 2 points. The following year it's 7 points. That's how they do. They constantly change things so that you have to keep paying them.
The other thing that blows my mind is the apps that you track, but then they have a button where you can say like, do you want to make this do you want to make this food item 0 points, like it doesn't even count at all? Yeah. I want everything to be like that.
And it's funny because even with and we're not trying to bash it. I mean, if you do it right, you will lose weight. The problem is, let's face it, we're all cheaters and we're not going to do it right. So you have something like, if you go in their blue plan and lean protein is 0 points. But here's 0 points means 1 serving. It doesn't mean like if an egg is 0 points, then you can have 1 egg at a 0 point. It doesn't mean you can have 12 eggs at 0 points. But that's what people do.
That's what I hear.
They're like, 0 points. I'm going to have 12 of those. Well, it doesn't work that way.
No.
But it's abusing the system.
Right.
Diane said, Weight Watchers may hate you, but that is their loss. We all love you.
Thank you.
Shelly said, I only did Weight Watchers as a kid. I hated it. I quit a month later. Gail said, I hate to throw shade, but Oprah owns part of that company, and she still looks pretty hefty to me. Is she really living the Weight Watchers lifestyle?
I don't know, because I know that there's different plans. So, like, I know that, you know, and some people just swear by it, but I'm really, really struggling with it. And I've been trying to do I Track Bites, and they have a Keeping It Keto program, but it's one of those things, it's like the difference between Keto Chow and a keto product made by somebody who isn't keto. They don't quite understand what you're trying to accomplish.
They're basically doing what Weight Watchers will probably do at some point, which is, hey, listen, this isn't, keto sucks. Don't do keto.
Yeah.
But we want your money.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you a keto version, but it's not really going to work for you because we really want you to go the other way. But we're going to take your $30 and then you're going to learn that this really doesn't work for keto.
Well, I want to believe the best.
I don't.
So I'm going to say that, like, let's say that they really want you to be effective, okay? Like, they want you to lose weight. However, they will connect weird things. So, like, if I go on a walk, they'll say, like, you walked 12,000 steps. As a reward, we're going to give you an additional 8 net carbs today. I'm like,
no more fat or protein.
and it's like,
just carbs.
Just more net carbs. I couldn't even track total carbs. So I was just like, wait a second. I just got 8 net carbs. Do you know what I could do with that? Do you know what I could do with 8 net carbs? And that's for walking at all.
Okay, let's get caught up real quick so we can get off because there were a couple of really good comments here. Now I just jumped.
Fixin' to Pray. I like that name.
So Christopher said, I did Weight Watchers 3 days. One day I hadn't eaten a lot, and then I played basketball for 4 hours. I puked. I called my mom to see if I can get the points back.
Oh, I think that's fair. I think you should.
Chris said, does Weight Watchers like 46-hour fasts? Probably not.
I didn't put my, I was behind last night. I didn't put my dinner in, and it messaged me today.
That you didn't eat?
No, well, it messaged me like, what are you doing? Like you're not being honest or something.
Defense Wiz says the commercials say I can still eat bread, so there's that.
Yeah, so there's that.
Steph said they probably say we are starving ourselves. There's another one. Marcia doesn't have a gallbladder. She does fine. Awesome. Renee said, Joe and Rachel, I just want to say that seeing your faces and getting to chat with the family always makes my day. Well, thank you.
It makes our day. We look forward to Thursday every single week. Like, it's just getting to Thursday. Honestly, Thursday is our weekend. Like, we love it.
Pray said, I just found y'all. You are both encouraging. I'm in Lakeland, Florida.
Hello.
I'm watching all your old shows. Keep up the good work. Peace of Christ.
Well, God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Carmen said, I've been counting it as a carb for 1 ounce of skinny syrup, so I did well. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
You're definitely overdoing it, so that's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you to say it's a carb per ounce.
No.
I say it's a half a carb, but either way, you're protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if at the end of the day it was actually 0 carbs, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's really good.
Miriam said at the beginning of the video, Joe said, I have a surprise for you. What was my surprise for you?
Were you getting me something?
I don't remember.
Well, I didn't get anything.
I don't remember what I was supposed to give you.
All right, thanks. Now we're square.
Okay. Chris said at the outset of the video, you said his price for Rachel was probably a peanut. It was the peaches and cream. Yeah, it was because you didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that Chris was going to do it.
Pull all the winners.
Okay, well, take it back. Take it back.
I don't want it back. You can have it. Question said, Tanya said, question, if you put a twist of lemon or lime in water, does it affect insulin and glucose? No, not enough to worry about it.
And I'll tell you what, I really like that true lime, true lemon. Those are really good. You can get them at Publix or most grocery stores. I've seen them at Walmart, and they add like a sour punch if you enjoy that. I do like that in my water.
Shelly said, what I dislike about Chronometer is the 12-character password. I don't even need that on my job. If iPhone and my Macs did not allow me to look back at what my passwords are, I would be in trouble.
Yeah.
And I have like 5 passwords, or not even that many. I probably have 3 passwords. Every time I log onto a site, I get a thing now again. You're using this password on everything. You really need to change it.
Yeah, some of them won't let me change it. Or if you go to change it, they'll say like, this is too close to what you've used in the past.
Yep. Christopher said, I am guilty of that. I have 14 eggs and 0 carbs. Yeah. Catherine said I was a huge Biggest Loser fan, and I would do Jillian Michaels workouts. All I got was injuries and a slow metabolism. Oh. You can't treat your body like that and expect results.
Look at
everybody that was on Biggest Loser gained all their weight back.
Sally Joe sent me a bunch of blue dots. Like, thank you. Thank you. I'm totally taking all of those. Those are beautiful. Thank you, Sally Joe.
Mary said I was explaining keto to someone. She asked me, what is unlimited? I said, nothing. That's a Weight Watcher. Well, that's what happened with Rachel. So Rachel was like, she's like, I want to track everything on every single one. And I'm like, why? And she's like, I do.
I want to see.
She's like, I need to see that free thing. And I'm like, there's no such thing as free. Like, you want free, have some lettuce. Lettuce is free on keto. That's not good enough.
Well, I mean, again, and it speaks to like, maybe, somebody else does not have the issues I have as like an addict. Like, I cannot explain what a food and carb addict
Chris said eating carbs is an entire pint of Rebel. So according to that app, by walking, you earned a pint of Rebel ice cream.
Right. Oh my goodness. But like, I am such an addict. I don't think when they did the cabbage soup diet, like when they would come out with that, I don't think that they thought that anybody was going to eat a pot of that soup in a sitting because it was free. No one was going to eat a pot of soup in a sitting because it was free. Yes, I'm going to sit there and get every mouthful owed me.
Maybe there was another surprise, but I forgot what it was. It's been a long day. Diane said, I try to keep 10 net carbs. That way things with trace carbs like eggs are not a big deal. That's a great attitude
That's a great plan. I just have a plan. That's
Susan
good.
is on, said, I appreciate the show,
Susan.
working overtime watching 2KK.
Oh, I'm glad you're here, Susan.
Bridget said, I'm having a horrible day, but listening to live and eating right. I love this family.
I love you. I'm sorry you're having a horrible day.
Devin said, I hate Weight Watchers commercials with celebrities who have personal chefs who are trying, to sell on me the gimmick of simplicity in meal preps.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. They're like,
do you really think Oprah Winfrey is making her food? Like, come on, let's get real.
Well, I think that so this speaks to a lot, right? Okay, so you've got, I've watched cooking shows where like, this is so easy. The only thing that you have to do is like, bring in like the artisanal cheese that you've been growing yourself in your cellar. And I'm like, I don't have any of that. I have like turkey sausage and a mug that I can put in the microwave. Can we make dinner with turkey sausage or chicken or hamburger and just cram that into and make a meatloaf in a microwave? Can we do that? When you say that it's easy, that's the recipe that I'm
Jerry
thinking.
gave you some more blue dots.
Thank you, Jerry. I'm taking all of those blue dots.
Tanya wanted to know if the barbecue sauce was a surprise. No, it wasn't. We bought that together.
I am surprised that it's delicious, though.
It is really delicious.
And that it's not.
I don't know what the surprise was. If there was another surprise. Surprise! I'm gonna buy a new camera tomorrow.
Are we getting a pony?
No.
No? Okay. Maybe tomorrow.
It's time to get off. Christopher said I use the same 3 passwords for everything. I'm not worried about someone hacking my accounts. Well, here's my problem is, my accounts have been hacked several times, including I learned last year that all of a sudden one day I went to a football game or was it a lacrosse? It was a lacrosse game. It was this time last year, right? And I get down there and there's 1,500 emails in my mailbox from the time I left my house to the time I get my game, which was like 35 minutes. I'm like, what is going on? And it's all spam. So I deleted all, and I'm starting to hit this, like, take me off this mailing list. I found out that's the worst thing you can do. If you sign up for something, the worst thing you can do is go unsubscribe, because now you're unsubscribing from something that you didn't subscribe to. So now you're telling them you're a real person.
Oh.
So
now they got you.
Nothing happens the next day. Most of it's gone away. The next day, it happens again. And as I'm going through to delete things, I find somebody hacked my Sam's Club account, which had my church credit card that I did not know automatically stored on it.
Yes.
Ordered something in New York under my sister's name, mailed to another person.
How?
Like they were making it look like I did it. Because they obviously knew my whole history, knew my sister's name, and they were using her mailing address, but on my account with my church card. And I had to go through this whole thing, and then I found out what they do is when they hack your account, they sign your email up for like thousands of just like spams, so that what happens is it hides what they're actually doing. Because when you get all those thousands of spams, you're going to just hit delete all, and now you've deleted the alert telling you that you just got hacked.
You know what else I found out? That I had to stop doing all of those quizzes on like Facebook because they would ask you things like your favorite color and like your first animal and like what was your pet's first name, and then it would be like what street did you live in when you were growing up. And sometimes those are the same questions that they ask as security questions. So you're answering security questions for something else that they could use. I'm like, how do people get so not nice? Like, that's not nice.
Christopher said, my computer got hacked a decade ago. I deleted the hard drive. I actually do that on my computer 3 times a year. I wipe my computer at least 2 times. I always do it when a new operating system comes out for Apple. It's a pain because you got to reinstall everything, but I completely wipe it out to make sure there's nothing in there.
Oh my Lord. So Devin is saying that Dr. Barry, he did the same thing for me, Devin. Dr. Barry truly ruined the thought of honey for me because he's drilled in my head that it's V vomit. I've literally like passed by honey at the grocery store and could see like a little bee voice, like the cat thing.
Yep, Renee said those quizzes are a hacker's dream. Okay. Chris said Miriam's Sam's Club account got hacked and they took her rewards point balance to buy stuff. Hey, I remember a few years ago, like 2 years ago, Keto Connect's YouTube account got hacked and they took all of their YouTube and PayPal money.
Oh my Lord.
And remember, on Christmas once, we had our iTunes account got hacked and we bought the kids new phones and we went to activate them and we couldn't, and I'm like, I have 200 movies in there. And it took like 3 days to get back. Yeah. So now I sign up for that like double security where they have to text you. It's a pain.
It's a pain, but it's worth it.
It's worth it. So. Yeah. Okay, we are going to get off. Make sure you guys watch Keto on the Couch on Monday, which we are doing Are we doing the same thing again? Are you doing a premiere with the live? Did you guys like the premiere?
Is that okay?
Late. I know it's late, but... Defense was that my best credit card hack was when I used all over England while I was using it in New York at the same time, and they asked if I'm sure I was hacked. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna premiere Keto on the Couch, but we're gonna push the premiere to 10 a.m. because Autumn, I know, is live streaming at 9:30, and she's only live streaming 3 days a week. And we love Autumn, and I know a lot of you guys like to go jump on Autumn's live stream. So we're gonna push it to 10 o'clock so that you can still participate in the chat.
I don't want to miss Richard either. We say Autumn.
Two-factor authentication, all the things. Yes.
We don't just love Autumn. We love Richard too.
Yeah. So, and then we will have a really big announcement. I'll just give you a hint. Keep Wednesday afternoon open or Wednesday midday open.
Yep.
So we will talk to all you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.